Hi, if you are struggling with mental ill health right now, or if you're just feeling a little bit emotionally wobbly, then please take advantage of our free Kickstarter 5-day challenge. Now, this challenge is going to walk you through some of the techniques which have made the most difference to our clients over the past 3 years while delivering our groundbreaking holistic intervention. Now, if you are in a hurry, just click the link below and sign up. Now, I also want to say thank you in advance for all your questions and comments, and I'll take some time at the end to answer them so that anyone who needs to rush off can do so. Now, if however you have a little time on your hands, please stick around, because I'm going to share something with you that you can do right now to help you move forward. And if you stay right until the end, there's going to be an extra little bonus gift to help you on your wellness journey. Now, before I move on, I just want to let you know who I am, because chances are you've never seen me before. So my name is Katie Woodland. I'm a developmental psychologist, a holistic therapist, and a wellness advocate. I trained in traditional psychological techniques and found that no matter what I was doing, everybody I was working with was only ever half finished at the end of therapy. Now, this set me on a journey to find and develop the most comprehensive therapeutic technique to ensure that there's always an end date to treatment, and it's not something that goes on and on and on for months and years. And also so that I knew in my heart that when I'd finished working with somebody, that person was well on their way to succeeding and thriving, not just surviving. So back in March 2014, I founded an independent mental health service in Telford, Shropshire. Because we're independent, it means that we can deliver therapy for people as long as they need, using the necessary techniques to get the job done. Now, we support people from all ages, all across the UK, to overcome mental ill health using this unique technique. Now, the intervention is grounded in cognitive behavioural therapy, because rewiring your brain is a fundamental to lasting change, but also it draws on disciplines from both psychological and complementary therapy worlds. Now, we use things like counselling, hypnotherapy, emotional freedom technique, aromatherapy, psychotherapy. We talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise. There's so much that goes on into the 12-week intervention. It's designed to match everybody's specific needs. Now, over the past 3 years, we've had a 100% success rate and a 0% relapse rate. I just want to share a quick story with you, and then I'm really going to get to the good stuff. So there was a man called Dave. Now, Dave was not his real name, but we'll call him Dave for the purpose of this story. Dave was in his late 60s and was really struggling to get on with his life. He grew up in a physically abusive home and left when he was still young. He met a wonderful woman who became his wife, and he got himself a job doing something he loved. However, after 30 years, his wife developed cancer and she lost her battle and sadly passed away. Dave was left alone in this world. He knew he was struggling to cope with grief, and so he reached out and he sought help. He received a few sessions of counselling, but he never seemed to improve. 2 years went by and things slowly went downhill. 5 years after the death of his wife, Dave was diagnosed with severe clinical depression and placed on antidepressants. Since then, he said his life stood still. He no longer felt sad every day, but in all truth, he no longer felt anything. He lost all interest in being here. Although he wasn't motivated to do anything to end his life, it didn't matter to him whether he was here or not. Now, one day he decided enough was enough. He reached out to our service, and within 3 weeks of the initial phone call, we had started creating his new life together. By week 4, he'd already dropped his severity level and had started working with his GP to reduce his antidepressants, with a clear plan to coming off them completely in the future. Now, he'd already had a bit of a spring in his step, and he was no longer so aloof in his own life. By week 8, Dave had dropped another severity level and was regularly talking about events of his past weeks in terms of positivity and joy and optimism for the future. By week 12, Dave had no trace of depression left. Dave was now in complete control of his life, his journey and his future. Dave has been on his own for the past 6 months, and while he is still actively working towards finding peace, love and joy in his life, he's no longer trapped by all of his past. He's no longer a victim of his circumstances, and yes, like everybody else, he has bad days, but he's no longer depressed. Now, I share this story not so you feel sorry for Dave or to make you feel worse about your own situation, only so you can see how powerful this technique can be. Now, the 5-day Kickstarter challenge harnesses things that past clients like Dave found to be the most useful, so that no matter where you are on your journey, you too can start taking control and really start to find the beauty in the world around you. Now, I said I'd share something that you can use, and here it is. Breathe. Now, I know it sounds simple, sounds airy-fairy, woolly nonsense. It really isn't. Science has finally caught up with things that the complementary world has known for centuries. Neuropsychology has shown that breathing deeply cuts off the cortisol in your body, which is your stress hormone, and enables you to come back to the present moment. Now, this is vital for anyone struggling with mental ill health, because we're usually so trapped in our own thoughts that we perpetuate the situation. Now, our thoughts are the things that keep things from getting better. Stopping the negative thoughts, the worrying and the compulsions, and being present in the truth of the moment as it is now is fundamental in gaining control and removing mental ill health. Now, there is a little catch to this. You have to breathe properly. You have to fill your belly, then your diaphragm, and then your lungs. You also need to do it for 6 times. Now, 6 seems to be the magic number when it comes to breathing for stress relief. And you can practice making sure that you're breathing properly by holding one hand on your stomach and one hand on your chest, and making sure that it is your stomach that's moving. Now, the great thing is that you can do this anywhere. It is completely free and no one is going to notice what you're doing. Just remember not to get yourself re-trapped in whatever it was that caused you to go wobbly in the first place. Do something you find enjoyable, whether it's reading a book, playing with your dogs, or going and singing in the shower. It's important you do something fun to help with the rewiring process. Now, I really encourage you to try this technique, because it is hands down being voted the #1 technique by all of our clients because of both the ease and effectiveness, okay? Now, at the beginning, I promised to give you an extra little bonus. If you would like to spend 15 minutes on the phone with me to get an extra little bit of guidance and help about your specific issues, then please just comment yes in the box below, and I'll send you a link to book a free, no obligation conversation with me. Now, this is your opportunity to ask whatever you want and get help, whether you're asking for yourself or a family member. It's not very often that a mental health professional is going to give you their time for free. Even your time with your GP, your psychiatrist, the psychologist you're working with at the moment is paid for by taxes. The NHS is still paid for. What we're currently on day 3 of this challenge, and I've already had so many wonderful conversations, and I'm truly grateful for everybody who's taken me up on this offer. And I just want to share one of the comments from a lovely conversation I had this morning. At the end of the phone call, what the lady said to me was, "This morning I felt sad, dejected and depleted, but now after talking to you for just 15 minutes, I feel both ready and positive about what I can do and what I can be. Thank you so much for everything you said. It makes so much sense, and I can truly see how I can move forward even after being stuck for 20 years. Now, I promise you there is no sales pitch at the end of this call. It really is just advice. It's real, honest support on what you need to do in order to kickstart your mental well-being, alongside the things that are shared with you in the challenge. So after you type yes in this comments box and sign up for the challenge, I'll send you a link to access my personal calendar, my personal diary, so you can book yourself in on a day and a time which suits you. Now, I just want to say a huge thank you for being here on this live, and a massive thank you to anybody who's watching this on repeat. Have a wonderful rest of your day and fabulous good luck on your journey. Thank you.